Hare Krishna. My name is Rajsekar. I'm aged 67 years and I hail from South India, that is in a place called Mysore, which is around 120 kilometers from Bangalore. Today I would like to give a testimony about my diabetes. Around 65, or 2 years ago, I found out that I have got diabetes. The symptoms were that I used to visit the toilet very often at night, say 3 to 4 times minimum, and it was causing a lot of lack of sleep, and a lot of itching sensation was there in my hand. So when I went to the doctor, he said, "You please check out for your diabetic score." And when I went and found out I had a HbA1c of 11.7, which is quite high, and my postprandial readings were around 480, and my fasting blood sugar was reading somewhere around 280. It was that was my reading around 2 years ago. And after that, I belong to a family which is a big family. We were a joint family earlier, and my grandfather, my grandmother are diabetics. My father is 6 younger brothers, and his 3 sisters are all diabetics. My 2 elder sisters are diabetics. My 2 younger brothers are diabetics. And I was the only person who escaped diabetic till 65, thanks to the mercy of the Lord. And I thought I'm not going to get diabetic at all. And I was quite surprised when I went and checked out that I'm a very high diabetic. Then started my journey. That is, I wanted to find out how to. I have read a lot of books and went through a lot of videos and basic things. When a person is diabetes, he wants to see how he can come out of it as early as possible. So then I read a lot of books and I went through a lot of, as I pointed out to you, Google, YouTube's channels. Then I tried flaxseed, then I tried apple cider vinegar, then I tried Herbalife protein shakes. Then I tried desi cow urine, araka, they call cow products. Then I went into millets, the basic lifestyle change of not having wheat or rice or sugar, and started having millets. And then I had plenty of different varieties of kashayams where they're saying, where you have decoctions of different leaves. And then I attended a diabetic yoga camp for about 15 days around last year. So after trying all this, I was able to bring down my diabetic level from HbA1c 11.7. It was steadily standing at 7.8. I was not able to break the barrier. I was very strict in my diet. I had stopped all milk, including milk products I had stopped. After that, around November 15th of 2022, my daughter-in-law called up from Chennai, and then she said, "Dad, there is something called Healy. Why don't you try it out?" And she sent me a small video. Then only I came to know about about this product Healy, where I came in touch with our dear Dinesh Mishra ji, who has been my mentor and who has guided me throughout. And I started my journey on how to reverse my diabetes. So to cut the long story short, I started taking the Healy treatment. Started first, Dinesh Mishra ji told me, for the first 10 days, you go through only the gold cycle. So I got it on 18th of November, and I had maintained a record right from beginning, as you can see, pages and pages and pages of my record reading, even before Healy came in. And to be precise, I started on Healy Gold Cycle. My first session started on 28th of November. So I've been keeping a record of what is my fasting blood sugar and what is my postprandial blood sugar and the random blood sugar when I go out for walks. So I'd like to keep a close track on exactly how and what type of food affects my systems. But none of them were able to help me. And I was quite surprised. After taking the first 10 days of the gold cycle itself, I found a remarkable change in me. The remarkable changes were: 1, I had stopped going quite often to the toilet at night because that had continued. I was getting up so I had a better sleep cycle. I was able to sleep better once I started the Healy Gold Cycle. Then my diabetics, he has given me a 5-week diabetic program. Now I'm on the 3rd week of my diabetic program. In the meantime, I noticed there are certain changes in me, in the sense around evening I started, after 4:35, I started getting into a sort of slight tremors I was feeling, and then a lot of sweating which took place. Then I went and checked up my blood sugar. It had come down to below 70. So that will go into hypo level. So immediately I went and contacted my doctor, Dr. Rajgopal in Mysore. He's a very, very senior doctor who's been practicing for more than 80. He's 83 years old. And just by looking at your eyes and your nails, he'll be able to tell what treatment to give you. So he told me, Mr. Rajsekar, looks like you're reversing your diabetes. I don't know what, but cut down your diabetic. So I was taking only one tablet a day. From one tablet, he reduced it down to half a tablet. So now this is my second week of taking only half tablet, and I don't have any any symptoms of going into hypo after that. So my readings earlier, after coming down, in spite of trying all the methods, was it was to be, when I get up, my fasting blood sugar used to be 170, 175, 180, and then my postprandial used to shoot up to 280. But once I started my cycle after Healy treatment, I noticed a big change. My morning fasting blood sugar started reading as 120. And then postprandial was reading only 180. Doctor reduced my tablet by half. So I found that there is a hope, and I'm sure Healy is going to help me come out of my diabetes. This is only the 4th week. I'll keep reporting to you, and I'm sure within a span of about 40 days or 45 days of one cycle of 41 mandala, we say, of the treatment, my diabetic levels will definitely be reversed. Since I come from a very big diabetic family, we have got a diabetic club called the Sugar Knockers Club. We are a club of my 2 elder sisters, my 2 young brothers. One is in US, the other is in Singapore, the other is in another part of the country. So we keep a Sugar Knockers Club, and every month we post our HbA1c ratings. I told them, look, I've got a big surprise for you. I'll reverse it. And then they said, okay, once you do that, let's go for chocolate ice creams. So there's a joke. We used to get together, and since I was a huge family, I hope to reverse it with the help of Healy. It has definitely played a major role. I'm able to sleep well, and I'm much more energetic, and my sugar levels are definitely down. And I know I'm on the way towards better progress. And shortly I'll be making a video once I start, my HbA1c levels start coming down. When I checked it up last, that is after 2 weeks ago, it had come down to 6.3. That's a figure which I have not seen for quite some time. Because always it's been 11.7, 7.8, and things like that. And so it's a long video. Please forgive me for taking up so much of your time. Thank you very much, and thank you very much, Dinesh ji. Hare Krishna.